Testing, folks. I am imaging the sun this afternoon, and I am trying a time lapse. So, what I'm going to do is stop it right now with 220 to go and recenter. And let's do that by moving east and moving south. And with that, let's start the time lapse, and we're about 225 left, and let's let it rip. So I'm going to be, my name's Ed Overstreet, and I'm with the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel, and I have been imaging the sun this afternoon, and I thought I would show you what porcine looks like. I don't even know why I'm spending time doing this. I'm getting a lot of dropped frames, but I am because I can, I guess. Um, there is some pretty cool stuff going on in this region of the sun, and I was kind of hoping that in the time lapse I might be able to get some of the swirling plasma movement around the sunspot. It's been pretty active in uh, the last couple of days, so I'm hoping I can catch some of that activity. With that being said, I'm glad you're here, and I'll be back with you and show you how I'm doing the time lapse. Well, I'm here again, and we are back again. So I'm going to have to move this over a little bit after the capture ends. We want to go west. Nope, want to go east. Gets confusing. And we want to go north. Move it down some. There we go. And now west. I want to delete 218, so let's cancel. I messed that one up, so let me pull these up. I want to delete this last one, and let's make sure we got the reticle in the right place. We do, and so we got to move west. No, we got to move east. No, west. So it gets confusing. This morning, before everything changes when you flip, you got to relearn. And we want bring it up south. I'm using this spot right here for the reference. And okay, so let's go back and doing a quick capture, make up for the frame I lost. And we're going to start this again, and we're going to be at 220. 220 frames left to take. I have completed one other time lapse, about 300 frames. I haven't processed it. I did it this morning, and I may not process it. The scene was just horrible. It's coming in and out right now. It's evident by the drop frames that I'm getting, but it is what it is. And I'm hoping that this afternoon I'll have more keepers. We're going to find out. Come on down now. Okay. Also, there's a little bit of activity on the surface of the sun, on the rim of the sun, and I hope to bring that out in the time lapse. There's not a lot, but there is some. So it's kind of nice when you can get both some activity on the sun rim as well as some swirling activity around a sunspot. That's what I look for. And then if you have a good seeing day, that even makes it better. I'm using a Quark Chromosphere and a refractor telescope that's made by Astrotech. It's the 65 EDQ, and the camera is an ASI 174 monochrome camera. It happens to be the cooled camera. Did not buy that camera to be used for solar. You obviously don't need a cooled camera for solar photography, but I did. I decided to see what kind of images I could get, and I really liked them. So the 174 has been mounted on that solar outfit, uh, and I really do like the results that I get from the 174 when it's paired with the Quark Chromosphere. Daystar, Daystar, Daystar makes the Quark Chromosphere, and it's kind of a poor man's way to get into solar imaging. We're going to need to move this east a little bit and north, come down. There we go. I try to recenter during the 15 seconds between frames, and I'll stop it in just a second and show you how I set it up. We'll cancel. Go up to capture. I'm using Sharp Cap, and I'm going to go start capture, and we're going to do 215 frames, what we have left. The interval between frames is 15 seconds, and the number of frames that I'm taking per video is 700. So let's let her go. I need to move the sum up some now during this break. And a little west, not much, too much. Okay, now we're capturing again. It doesn't take long to capture 700 frames when you're capturing at 130 frames per second, 140 frames per second. I'm using an EQ-AZ Atlas Pro mount. It's the same thing as the Skywatcher HEQ6. You know, I just told you wrong. I'm using a Celestron AVX. The other two peer mounted mounts that are outside happen to be Atlas Pro mounts. I'm so used to referring to the Atlas Pro. I have the solar kit on the AVX. It is not polar aligned, so I'm getting a lot of drift and deck. And I'm going to need to move it over some when it's finished capturing. Now, and we need to come down a tad bit. And now west just a pinch. There we go. 15 seconds is about all it takes to kind of recenter it. And you really don't have to do that. If you can keep your image kind of within this region, then the alignment software, first auto stackered, is going to stack the individual frames in a video into one image. But software like IMPPG will not only process as does Registax, but I use IMPPG, but it also aligns the software just so great. Okay, we're going to, I stopped it because I was talking and I forgot where I was. 208. And I'll probably image close to 430. It's 3:30 now, so I'll do another hour. I'll do another 100 in that hour's time. Uh, I can't do much more than that. So I'll end up with about a 210, 215 stack of images to put into a time lapse. And we need to go down a little bit. Oh, up. Stop it at 206. We want to go up. And let's go back, start. I'm stopping and starting time lapses all the time. This has already had a lot of changes go on just in the hour or so that I've been imaging. Look at the scene going in and out. It's awful. It's as bad as I've ever seen in my backyard. Not sure why it happens this way, but skies are crystal blue, clear. But that has nothing to do with seeing. It gets real sharp at times, and then it gets almost so blurry that you can't make out anything. We're going to need to move the sun up a little bit when it stops capturing. There we go. And hit it west a tad. There we go. This is a lot of fun though. Time passes pretty fast when you're manipulating and babysitting your mount so that it kind of stays on point. What would help is if I would just take the time to put, I have a PoleMaster adapter on the AVX, and just put the PoleMaster on the AVX and polar line it at night. And it's on a tripod. The other two mounts I have are on permanent piers. Let me bring it up. I'll show you if I can. Okay, let's make this live. I'm logging onto my outside camera. Trying to, we got some clouds. This is the telescope on the far right is the Astrotech 65 EDQ, and that's the AVX mount. See, and it's on a tripod. And if I could just take the time, there's that little red thing where you take the adapter off and put the PoleMaster on. If I just would polar line it and mark the legs, so I bump it all the time walking past it. At one time, I did have it closely polar lined, not exactly just close, but it's been bumped so much. But it would help the cause, and these two are Atlas Pro mounts, and I'll be imaging tonight. I've thrown a towel over the laptops and just keep the sun off of them, and keeps the birds from sitting on them and doo-dooing. We have lots of birds in our backyard, primarily because we have bird seed everywhere, bird houses everywhere, and we do feed the birds. Back to this, and I'm going to stop at 197 and recenter. We need to go up. Oh, I need to go down with down. Sun goes down. And then we need to go west a little bit. Too much. And 207. Oh, we did that already. Let's just do 202. Actually, let's find out how many we got left. All right, we have 110, and so we want to do 190. I'd like to get 300 in, but we won't. But 190, start. Then we're going to move the sun down again when this finishes. Again, this is a live view of our star, and I am taking a time lapse. I'm hoping to get some activity on the rim of the sun, as well as some of the plasma movement in and around this huge sunspot. There's been a lot of activity here. The whole geography has changed just while I was doing a time lapse. Okay, let's move it up just a tad, which is south. And maybe a tad east. There we go. Nothing else remarkable is going on in the sun. Um, we got weather's so-so. This is South Carolina. This is, I can see where we're about right here. So that cloud that's passing, or clouds that are passing, are about right here. We're promised a clear sky tonight, so I hope that happens. But I see stuff coming. Uh, I think this stuff's just not going to be around until tomorrow sometime. But let me find the sun forecast here. And this is 4 minutes old. But this is the area of the sun that I'm imaging right now. My camera's oriented so that it looks like it's in the bottom right. And then you can't really see it, but there is some rim activity here. There's a little rim activity here, but I won't get that. I'll get this part right here. Looks like we have another spot that's going to start rotating this way. Let's play it. Let's see what it looks like. Let's play the video and see what it does. But if you'll watch right here, you'll see some of the changing going on. This is last night, then it stops and waits for the next day. It gets dark here too, and this is today. Last night, yesterday, dark, today. So this is what I'm hoping, that I'm getting some of that activity there. Okay, yeah, the outside cameras can sleep. At any rate, let's go back and see how far off we are. How the drift, not as bad as I usually have. Let's go ahead and 181. Let's scenes again gotten terrible. Let's move it down a little bit, and let's move it east a little bit. Too much. How many did it say it was? I forgot already. And let's see. Time lapse 2. We got 119. So let's just do another 180. Oop. And it's already, till this thing finishes, and we'll move back over where it's supposed to be. But that series right there that was way over here, that'll align fine. The key is that if you want to keep as much of this surface available to view, then you don't want to have this moving too much, because the alignment software will end up cropping it, and you may end up cropping out automatically things you really didn't want to crop. So if you can keep it pretty well aligned manually by moving your telescope, then what you see is what you'll get. So that's another really good reason why it kind of helps to babysit it. Okay, we're going to need to move it up some, and west. Up and west just a bit. Okay. And we're taking another one. Well, folks, this is it. I'm going to continue to babysit this. I was just wanting to share with you what's going on in my neck of the woods. And I hope you've got clear skies. If you're out imaging, I hope everything works out well for you. And seeing is better than it is here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So, with that being said, we'll catch you later and have a good one.